What's up guys, Johnny here with Team Legit. Today I'm really excited about our product. This is another exclusive for you guys. This is the production version of the DRAK. You guys might be hearing a little bit of hoarseness in my voice. We had an epic weekend this weekend with the Wild West wing racing, and we had a lot of top manufacturers out there. Chris Click from Ritewing was kind enough to give us the DRAK for a preview and give you guys a quick tour of this aircraft. It's going to be a long video, so strap yourselves in, button yourselves down, get your hot chocolate, you guys in the Northeast that are now getting some snow and rain, and we're going to give you guys a full tour of this amazing aircraft. I think this is probably one of the most anticipated aircrafts in FPV to date. I know we're really excited, and most of you guys out there are really excited for this aircraft. Couple quick key notes about this aircraft, some specs, is it's a 62-inch wingspan, it's got a forward sweep, and it's made entirely 100% of EPP material. This has a UV resistant coat in the actual mold in the EPP to not let it bubble and discolor or change. So it's going to give you that nice silver glazed gray finish, which actually ends up making it look even cooler. This aircraft is 32 inches in length and 62 inch like I just mentioned. It's got a lot of room, and it's got a lot of really cool features. This aircraft has been in the design for the last couple of years, and to actually see it in front of us is just amazing. So without further ado guys, we'll get you guys in here, we'll give you a quick tour of the aircraft and show you a couple of the really cool and neat features it has. So the aircraft will come with everything you see here minus the servos, the control arms, the control horns, and the motor. It will come with all of the foam, all of the plastic coroplast, all of your spars, and this nice, beautifully constructed and well thought out motor mount. It will also come with the negative insert for the nose and also 2 forward canards, and we'll get a little more into detail about those later on in this review. First, talking about strength and rigidity. This aircraft is 100% EPP. It's extremely rigid. As you can see here, I'm holding it from one of the wingtips, and it does not flex or form. Given that you are going to add a lot of battery to this thing, it may add a little flex, but it does not need to be laminated. It's already pre-stiffened for you. It's got several spars. You've got a total of 16 glass fiber spars throughout the aircraft. And I'll point to where the spars are, and you will notice there will be a corresponding spar on the bottom. We've got top spars across the leading edge and the trailing edge of the wing. We've got glass spars across the EPP Elavon, again top and bottom. Quick note about the Elavon Spar. The Elavon here itself is that it comes as EPP. It has been laminated to add that additional rigidity. However, you can use the EPP Elavon to make a wooden Elavon if you wanted to make something out of balsa, but I doubt you're going to need that with the way that this thing is stiff. There's zero flex in it. We've got 2 spars on the top that run along the main fuselage. We've also doubled that along the bottom, and again the same on the corresponding side. We've also got 2 carbon fiber spars inside the fuselage, and these are what adds most of the strength, but these spars go to about halfway in the trailing edge and a little bit over half on the leading edge. But another great thing about once you have these spars in place, or once you have your spars set, you've got negative inserts to glue in and hold your spars into place a little bit better, and also cover up the little indents of where the spars would be. Alright, getting into the plastics, you've got winglets on each winglet. These are smaller winglets. They just help with keeping the airflow over the wing and add a little bit of ability to track. However, you're using these large vertical stabilizers to help that aircraft track in the yaw movement. You should not get any yaw movement with this aircraft when you power on or power off. Talking about the main bay, this thing is just huge. I can fit my entire arm in the main bay here, and as it comes back, it starts to widen out a little bit more. Your CG is about 1 inch to 1.5 inches forward the main spar, so that allows you a bunch of room here to add downward facing cameras, mapping cameras, thermal cameras, things like that, and then add your battery up front. I am told from the specs that this requires up to a 5S or 10,000 milliamp 5S up on the front. However, there will be other battery selections if you want to go larger to move things a little bit farther back. As I said earlier, the negative insert is also included. So if you want to cut this down and do a couple other custom work and things like that, you guys have the negative insert there. For some of those guys that may want to cut this out and stick it in the very front, once they find their CG, they can make a nice tight fit for their battery. There's also the rear part of the center section, so if you wanted to have a nice cavity to put a downward facing camera right over the CG, all that heavy equipment should go over the CG. You've got a spot for that as well there. If you're not going to be running downward facing camera, you've got plenty of room for all your flight controllers and things in the front, as well as the back here. So if you wanted to fit a Vector or whatever other flight controller you wanted to in here, you've got plenty of space for that. Moving on further back, you've got a nice big area here for your ESC. You should run anywhere between a 80 to 100 amp ESC. It's probably not going to require that at cruising, but it's nice to have that big buffer there for you. I am told with the stock motor that can be purchased as an upgrade, you can pull about 5 to 6 amps at cruising of about 40 to 50 miles per hour. We also got a nice quick tour of the motor. This is the Ritewing 3515 millimeter motor. It's 950 kV. This motor has been specially designed from the ground up. It's got a lot of really cool features. For example, there's a grub screw back here that can simply be removed to take this whole entire bell off to do maintenance on the motor. If you need to, lube up the bearings, or if you need to get any rocks or dirt or grit out of the back of the motor, you can do that. So the collet has been completely built from the ground up as well. You've got 2 grub screws right here holding it in place, so when this torquey motor spins, the prop adapter or the collet is not going to spin as well. This prop adapter also has nice tight tolerances to make sure that when you do put the prop on there and tighten it down, you're not going to get any wiggling in the prop. It's going to hold it completely through and through on the shaft. And it's also spaced back a little bit. You've got your air mixers or turbulators back here, and the prop is set back a little more to grab that nice clean air coming back through the aircraft to give you guys those nice efficient flights. The prop that we have on here right now is 11 by 5.5, so this is going to give you maximum thrust and efficiency. We've got a very nice and methodically designed motor mount back here. This motor mount will allow you to run the motor either forwards or backwards. All you would need to do is flip this bracket around. It's a nice heavy-duty aluminum motor mount, which also acts as a heat sink. I'm going to flip the aircraft over here and let you guys see the bottom of the motor mount, which also acts as a little guard to protect that motor mount, so when you come in on those landings in the undesirable areas, no rocks or grit or anything is going to damage your motor. You've got a nice protecting of the motor. You also got the air mixers and turbulators on the bottom. So you've also got methodically designed negative cutouts here to pull that warm air out from your equipment. You've got one directly under the ESC, so that air coming in and grabbed by the rear plastic is going to feed right to that ESC to keep it nice and cool and to help with the endurance and longevity of that ESC. Also, you've got them on each side to help keep your VTX and any other equipment you have in these bays nice and cool. Looking at the bottom of the aircraft, you have the hump already in the mold, so when the EPP comes out, you're going to have the nice little hump right here. If you want to add any kind of plastic or anything here to help keep it a little more durable, you can maybe take a soda bottle or any kind of plastic and just stick it into the bottom here, and so when you come down on those hard runways, you increase the longevity of the EPP. Also back here, the vertical stabilizers also double as landing skids as well, so when you do come down, you've got something else to land on. This aircraft will have full replacement parts, including the vertical and side stabilizers. You can purchase wings if you need to get a replacement fuselage or any spars or anything like that. They will be available for you guys in the future, so don't worry about if you do crash. You don't have to buy a whole new aircraft if you just ding up a certain area. It's very simple to break down this aircraft. You've got the included Velcro straps that simply remove. Slide each wing out. Slide the vertical stabilizer out. do the same on the other side. And you can either choose to pull out the spars or leave them. But this aircraft breaks down very nice and easy. So some of you guys, before actually building your aircraft, may want to hollow out the area to slide your servo wires in, but it's very simple. You install your servo and you actually poke a little hole, pull the servo wire out, and you've got yourself a nice compact aircraft to stow away in your small compact vehicles. So as you guys can see, once you have broken down the aircraft, this thing can fit in a nice road case. You guys can get those nice hard shell cases. Maybe check out Micro Raptor in the near future for a nice hard shell case to transport your DRAK. Also, another quick note, there are going to be forward canards included in your kit. However, these have not been implemented yet. This will be for future upgrades. The goal is to have these forward canards sitting up here top on the actual fuselage to give you a little bit of extra pitch authority when you have those heavy batteries in there or that mapping equipment. Alright guys, that concludes your quick tour of the DRAK. This is going to be a 2015 highlight model of the year. This is going to be the plane that everybody's going to be dying to get. I know we can't wait to get one of these things in the air, and as soon as we do, we'll bring you that video as well too. Team Legit is aspiring to get these in the store as soon as possible, and so we can feed it to the masses. If you guys like seeing these first off and these exclusive FPV videos, don't forget to click the subscribe button to stay up to date. If you guys like seeing these videos, don't forget to click the like button. That directly correlates to my ego and for us to continue bringing you guys these exclusive products. I want to thank Chris from Ritewing for providing us with the final production model of this DRAK, the highly anticipated aircraft for the last few years. And as always guys, I'm Johnny with Team Legit. Thanks for watching.
Now I'm not even stabilized yet. Now I'm stabilized.
Because you're bored.
No, because it just makes a fun landing. Nice. Because what's nice is when you put it on landing, it just lines up.
Right. And you don't have to worry about...
All I mess with is elevator.
You don't have to mess with the ailerons and roll or anything like
Yeah.
that.
See, I'm power off. I've been power off since I made the turn way out there.
Wow, that looks so smooth.
Power off. Slide. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, the thing about the skids, the only thing you got touching the ground is the skids. You don't have the whole bottom of the plane slowing down, so it's like rails.